I made a quick 10 bands, yeah. Bitch, I just put up in a lamb. I just put up in that big boy tongue, I don't got no mice. I don't give a fuck what you heard. You say that you poppin', but I ain't heard of him. Any beat that you pass me, I murder him. We finessing this bitch and this man. My bitch pull up and buckle my pants. I took off the track, I can't stand. I got meals, top of bills by the lamb. I'm on perks in the ass, I can't land. Oh, I bitch, they just told me everything, yeah. I take the crack out of wacky, yeah. I'm in inside of the men's, yeah. I'm finna fuck all the friends. That made my busy cardio my legs, yeah.
Welcome back to another video of Beyond the Hashes with TNT featuring Trae, or Trae and Tay, however you want to say it. The most explosive duo in the country, man. You know, I'm here with my boy Trae Taylor once again, bro. Trae, what's good, brother?
I want to start it off by saying, hey, that was terrible energy, brother.
What? No, it wasn't. It was good.
It was like 65%. Terrible energy though. Terrible energy.
My God, Trae, even though I just came back from training, by the way.
Yeah. So Tay probably had a long day, but no, I feel great. I was actually in Michigan yesterday getting some quarterback training in, so and then threw a little bit this morning, so I feel great. Me and Tay are both getting ready for a big weekend next weekend. Tay, where will we be?
We will be in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, at home, at the crib. You feel me?
We will not be there next weekend. No, we won't be there next weekend. Next week, I'm talking about like Saturday, the closest Saturday to us. Where will we be?
Well, you will be in Miami. Grand Elite isn't playing in Miami anymore because we're not sponsored with Battle anymore, and Battle doesn't like us.
Okay, well, so basically Tay's saying is his 7-on-17 is more sorry than mine. So
I never said
I
that
will be in Miami. Tay will be at home eating cookies just like he is right now. But the weekend after that, yes, we will be in Lincoln together. But nah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good video. Kind of got the same thing we going as last week, but flipped. But yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it is, bro. You know, our special guest is the one and only Trae Taylor. I'm pretty sure this will definitely go viral just because it's Trae Taylor. He's a fan favorite, and I'm not, so it'll go viral. I'm happy.
But as we always start, what do we start with Q&A? First thing is, Tay, I got a question. It's from Travis J7717. It says, do you guys think your parents would join the podcast?
You want to answer that first?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. So Tay and I we talked on it briefly for Mother's Day, maybe having our moms on, some special Atlanta. It's always Mother's Day is always on a Sunday. So we talked about that. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. We never really talked about it, but like Mother's Day, we'll probably have our moms on. But yeah, Tay, what do you think?
I honestly think that's a great idea, and I think that I think our moms would just be excited to be on, just to tell their story and how they brung us up as football players. So I think that'd be pretty cool actually. But me and Trae talked about it, but I think we're gonna do that in a couple episodes, maybe.
That's kind of what he touched on too. He said that way the fans could hear their experiences and watching you guys grow up and their side of the whole recruitment process. Yeah, I mean, I do think that would be a really good one.
Yeah, me too. This question is from Rory Cobbs Jr. Question for me right here is, what is currently your best 40 time, and what about any top track and field numbers times? And then for Trae, what's the furthest you have thrown so far? Also, what is your current top 40.
Okay. So furthest I've ever thrown a football, I think it's like 70 yards on the landed. So yeah, I mean 70 yards is the first I've thrown. Put it there. And then 40 time, probably like a 4.21. Probably like right there, 4.21, 4.22, somewhere around there. Tay, how about you? What's your track time and 40 time?
Well, I want to say this. My fastest track time was a 10.6, but in eighth grade, I ran a 10.9. So I always like to go back to that reference because in the eighth grade, running 10.9 is absolutely crazy. But my fastest 40 time is a 4.4, and I ran that official laser time at the Under Armour camp. So, but that was like sophomore year. I'm probably like a 4.4. But I'm not 4.44. I'm probably 4.40 now. I'm probably about 4.40. I think
Let's
I'm
say this,
probably
like
close to 4.3.
10.6 is fast too, but in Texas, like that ain't like zooming, but
Oh yeah. That's all
like
about the eighth grade.
yeah, like Texas, like outside of Texas, if you were going anywhere and run, like 10.6 is fast. Like let's get that
Yeah,
straight.
it's
But nah, actually
different.
going back to my 40 time, I'm probably at like 4.4. I'm probably at like
8
4.7, somewhere around there, probably. But yeah,
4.8.
I mean those were really our only Q&A questions. So I want to ask you a question, Tay.
It was good.
Um, I think the biggest thing is, we're coming to Lincoln. We're gonna be there soon. For the junior day, what are you most
Mhm.
excited for? What are you looking forward to?
Um, I'm looking forward to. What I'm looking forward to being back in Lincoln just because it's a beautiful place and I love everything about it, if we're being honest. But I think two is I'm looking forward to seeing you and Ahmad if Ahmad comes. But all the recruits. I think I'm like very excited to do that again. I'm a people's person. I like being around people, so I think that'd be like very fun, very interesting for me. And then I'm looking forward for the fans to like take pictures with Antayvious Ellis and like me signing their head and like their forehead and like things like that.
I don't think
Yeah,
he'll be signing anybody's forehead, but yeah, I mean, or head. Actually, I don't think you'll be signing anybody's body part. But yeah, I say the same as Tay. I love being back in Lincoln. It's fun. It's a great time. Every time I'm there, I'm having a great time. Um, and I think we get to go see the basketball game, maybe. So I need them boys to
I'm
keep winning. I think they maybe, just maybe, they play Illinois. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do. So hopefully it can be a thriller like last time. But yeah, I can't wait.
we sitting courtside, by the way.
Who is?
Me and you.
Well, I'm not sitting courtside.
Well, you don't want to sit courtside?
Now I would sit courtside, but bro, one thing like I don't like is feeling tiny around people. Like I can't, like, I hate being around people and be like, damn, I feel like really small. And basketball players are 7 feet tall, Tay. Like, do you understand that? They are
I
damn near
mean,
a foot taller than me.
well, I always feel small. So, even
But
though I'm
that's because
not, I always feel
you're
small.
5'7", bro. That's a difference. I'm 6'4", you're 5'7". Like I don't know. No.
Yeah, okay.
Um, but like, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Like,
I get you, but I would still want to sit courtside.
yeah, it will be fun. But you ready to get into the video?
I'm so ready, bro. I'm so ready to ask you questions. And I'm so ready for you to respond with detailed answers and make this an hour-long video. So get into it.
Yeah.
I'm introducing this since I'm asking you the question. So, if you're new to Beyond the Hashes podcast, we are entering fourth quarter, and what fourth quarter is,
Tay,
and this is like,
Tay.
what?
You listen. This might be like your first time, like as far as like the interview. Like you got to introduce me, then you got to go to the huddle, then you got to ask questions about the huddle, and then you got to get to the fourth quarter. Like, brother, I know I usually do the transitioning, but you just completely said we're gonna throw everything else out the window and we just gonna enter the fourth quarter.
Bro, listen, bro. We might as well enter the fourth quarter. I can't lie to you, bro. People got places to be, bro, and it's like we see your huddle like 30,000 times. Like you have like what 50,000 views on your huddle. Like, come on, bro. Everybody's in your huddle. We know what you're gonna
You're
do.
right. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. You're right. You're the person. So this is your interview time. This is how you're gonna do it. But
Thank you. I'm not biased, by the way, y'all. The only reason why he showed me is because like 30,000 people have not seen my huddle. Like, you feel me? Like, some people don't even know I'm committed to Nebraska. Like, in Nebraska, by the way, I'm not talking about Texas. Like, I'm talking about like in Nebraska. Like, some people don't even know like I truly exist. Everybody in Nebraska knows Trae Taylor. He's a quarterback. Everybody knows a quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. And like our production guy, you know what I'm saying? My boy, he got stuff to do, and I'm tired. Fourth quarter. Anyways, let's get to it. So fourth quarter. If you haven't noticed, or if you're new here on Beyond the Hashes podcast, fourth quarter is a segment to where we get deep down and personal with our guests. It usually is I get two questions to ask, Trae get two questions to ask, but this ain't that right now. We're asking Trae a total of 4 questions. We got 4 questions to ask Trae. So Trae, are you ready for me to be all up in your business, personal life, childhood, all that?
Get it.
All right, bet. Yeah. All right, so what's something people assume about you that's completely wrong, and where do you think the misconception comes from?
I honestly would say that people think that I'm strictly football. Like I don't do nothing outside of football. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I do a lot with football, but I also want people to know like I have a life outside of football. I have a social life. I have friends. I hang out with people. Tay knows. I mean, I FaceTime while I'm out. So I think people think that I'm only football and my dad makes me do football. Like my dad doesn't make me do anything, right? If I don't wake up for a workout, he's not gonna come wake me up for a workout. If I'm, not up for a Zoom meeting, he's not gonna come get me for a Zoom meeting. He ain't gonna tell me when I need to be places or anything like that. He'll shoot me little reminders, here and there, but like it's not like a every day he's coming to wake. It's not even like a once a week thing. Not even, maybe if we're lucky, it's maybe once every other month he's shooting me a little reminder. So I think people don't understand that I do stuff outside of football, right? So I try and give back to the community as much as possible. I try to, as far as that, I mean, like Christmas, just trying to take kids that that can't really, that don't have the same opportunity as I do to have a very positive Christmas. So help them out around Christmas time and stuff like that. So I have a life outside of football. I feel like I have a very big social life. I got friends all over the country, and I've made those friends from football. So, a great one being Tay, Ahmad, Amir, other ones being from other 7-on-7 teams that you guys, might be known about just because they're nationally known football players too. But outside of football, me and them are really close. So, I feel like that's the one thing people don't understand about me is that football is definitely a big part of my life, but it's not the only thing that runs my life.
I get that. Yeah, because me and Trae, we talk almost, I feel like, every day. And like when we don't talk every day, I got a problem with it. I don't even know why. I just be having a problem with it because we don't even like, most of the time, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we don't truly just sit up here and talk about football unless like we get like a new commitment or something like that or in the portal. But even then, like since the portal been happening, we really ain't been talking about football. Like, I think that we like could truly care less. I mean, not that we can like care less about the team, but like me and him, like, our bond, like, it's just like, besides football, like, hey, we just a couple guys hanging out and doing fun things together. So I'm a testament to that. I could vouch for Trae that he does have a life for football. Or he's a great guy. Next question, Trae. This says, when football gets overwhelming, what's one thing you do to reset mentally that most fans would never expect? We need the
I go
unexpected.
get some Chipotle and then I go take a nap. That's like my reset. Some Chipotle and take a nap. You think I'm joking? Like I'm being so serious. When I am like just feeling overwhelmed, I go get some Chipotle, a burrito or a bowl. I get white rice, some steak, double steak actually, some cheese, some queso,
You got that money.
little corn, and then I get a tortilla on the side to make my own little burrito sometimes. Then once you eat all that, you be a little tired, right? So after you're a little tired, you go take a nap. After that nap, you feel reset. You feel like you're ready to go. Because usually my naps, when I need that type of rest, like as soon as I go to sleep, I'm not waking up till the next morning. Those are my. I'm actually not even taking a nap. I'm going to sleep, right? So those are like my resets. And then I feel like my other one would be just like going to hang out with my cousin, who's also like my best friend. Me and him get along. We've been knowing each other forever. We play basketball together, so us just kind of going out, whether we just end up driving around or we go to a little party or hang out or whatever, just kind of going to chill. That's about it. Those are my two resets. Honestly, maybe I got a third one, to be honest. I get on the game and I get on the game and play college football. I'm waiting for I might get 2K27 when that comes out, but 26 is not getting bought this year. I'm already way too far behind. But yeah, those are really it.
Okay, then we're gonna have to stay up on that 2K.
You got 2K?
I don't have 2K26 no more. I was too good.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. Once you like grind your build, I'll get into it after the podcast. But like once you like a certain overall, bro, and a certain rep, like 2K gets more. Can't lie to you. Okay, third question. Who's had the biggest impact on you, on who you are, off the field, and what's a lesson from them you still carry to this day?
I feel like the easy answers would be my parents, just because they obviously are the ones I live with, grow up with. They teach me everything, but those are answers everybody gives. Everybody knows your parents are the ones who build you outside of the sport that you actually are. So I'm gonna say this, the other one that I feel like has kind of built me, been around me. I say this. His name's Henry Owens, but I call him Coach Henry. He has a really good story. So me and his son Kai Owens, we played basketball together when we were younger. Still really one of my best friends. Really close to him. He's going to UMass. We played football together. Went to high school together, everything like that. So, but his dad's name is Henry Owens. He been knowing him forever. I mean, he was like 6'5" when I met him, right? Just a giant. Had a little boating accident. He was on I think like a parasail. Came down in the water, and then after that, they didn't like turn the boat jets off, so he went under. It sucked him up underwater, and it ended up actually cutting off his legs, and he got to get transported to a hospital, and go through all that. So he's actually he lost both of his legs from that, so he's in a wheelchair now. But like first off, those experiences like make you realize how fortunate you are to be safe and healthy. But second of all, like everything he goes through and him still be able to be the same Coach Henry that I know and like have a different mindset and be able to like whenever I get into those high intense moments or something like that, or like in a game, he'll pull me to a side sometimes, just calm me down, just remind me who I am and everything like that. And I go back out there and usually be the best Trae I am. So I've been able to take those like lessons and those arcs and been able to use them for myself. So I haven't needed to use him as much during the game this season, but I just know he's always still there. So I say Coach Henry for sure, because he's also that's not something you take on the field, but you can also take that off the field. So just knowing, like, in order to be the best Trae Taylor I can be, it's avoiding bad situations, it's putting myself in good situations, it's making sure I'm at workouts, making sure I'm eating the right stuff, making sure I'm not doing, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, all that type of stuff. So I feel like his experiences and life lessons have definitely translated into me a little bit, and have helped me become the person I am today.
I felt that, bro. Shout out, coach, bro. That's real. That's real, Trae. That's real, bro. I didn't think you can get that deep, bro. This question for you. If football ended tomorrow,
Right.
knock on wood, of course, what part of yourself are you most confident would still succeed?
I would say my like how easily I can interact with people. I'm a people person. I feel like I can talk to people very easily. I feel like I can get along with people very easily. A lot of people don't know this, but I want to be a broadcaster when I grow up, which, I think, if I'm being realistic, I think that me and Tay could both do that. we both can talk, and we both can get along with people easily, but and we both understand football. But I feel like that would be what helps me a lot, is I would really lock in on being a broadcaster, because, like, I know that if I can I got the connections already, right? I know the people, and everything like that. It's just about me finding where to go from here. And I think that this podcast is a great place to start, right? We're on here talking to people, about us, about other people. We're interviewing other people. We're talking about football. I feel like that'd be the biggest thing that I would go into, is broadcasting. And the next thing after that would be coaching, the quarterback position. I feel like in my mind, as far as knowing the game, I feel like I'm the most, and like most, how do I say this? The most ready quarterback in the country, as far as knowing the game of football and knowing what I'm seeing while I'm out on the field. And I feel like that's what a lot of youth quarterbacks lack, and even high school and college quarterbacks, to be honest, is knowing the actual game, right? So for me, I was fortunate to have a coach where he knew the game really well too, right? And he was able to install the basic stuff that involved into the complicated stuff that involved into, college level stuff, and now we're evolving into like NFL level stuff. So I understand the game like it's a book that I've read 1,000 times. It's just going out there and executing it now. So I feel like that would be the biggest thing I want to do, is, most quarterbacks that at the highest level, not even the highest level, college level, they all can throw a football, but it's about the kids that, can go out there and be able to process and make throws at the same time. So that's the biggest thing I will work on for sure.
I like that. That's real, Trae. That's real, bro. Man, your interviewing skills, bro, is off the charts. If I was Nike, I'd sign you today.
And Tay, if I was Adidas, I would think about signing you for sure.
You would think about signing me, is kind of crazy.
But I know this was a shorter video, but like Tay said, this wasn't like like, y'all have all seen my huddle. A lot of you guys know who I am. There was no need for all of that. It was just kind of wanted you guys to get a backstory on me and who I am, outside of football. I try and give you guys that as much as possible on social media, but being able for me to say it as opposed to just, posting pictures about it and videos and stuff is a lot different. So, it was a little bit of a shorter video, but I hope that, it got what it needed out of it. We didn't need to watch film. We didn't need to introduce me and nothing like that. We got what we needed out of it, I feel.
I do have another question though, as I'm a Trae Taylor fan to the T. And I remember on commitment day, mind you, I didn't know Trae. I didn't know him personally. But on commitment day, he threw a hat. He threw a hat. He threw a hat. What was going through your mind when you did that?
All right, so the full
and what
story
made you apologize? to the public?
Basically, okay. So obviously my commitment thing was a big thing, had the cameras there and everything like that. So I'm sitting down talking with my AD about it. And the day before this, actually, he goes, just kind of be smart about it. Whatever you do, we see the cat throws, like all that, if you can, try and avoid that. But at the end of the day, it's your commitment. So, do what you want to do. So I'm like, shoot, I'm a throw a hat. Like, mind you, it was not intended to be like a very disrespectful thing. In the moment, like before I did it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just throw it in front, like something slight. So I get up there, think I pick up the A&M hat. Nah, kind of push that to the side. Pick up the LSU hat. Nah, push that to the side. Illinois, or Nebraska. Not really. Put on the Illinois hat. Stand up. Or in fact, let me read. I'm like, so I put on that Illinois hat. Right, pretend it's Illinois. I put that hat on. I said, I'm staying home. Nobody clapped. Nobody cheered. Nobody did nothing. They start clapping and cheering. So now I have the hat on for like 5 seconds. Everybody thinks I'm staying. Throw the hat to the other side of the gym. Bro, when I tell you in the moment, it was like I was so not like thinking about it because I knew I was going to Nebraska. I was ready to get that Nebraska hat on. It was just like a reaction kind of thing. Like, I need to get this thing off and put my Nebraska hat on, right? Bro, it was like, I probably about an hour later, right? Damn, like, they killing me. And then, so my O-line coach, actually, he has 2 sons that went to Illinois, the University of Illinois, right? And he talked very highly to me about Illinois, like, kids were in the building, everything like that, right? So I was like, he kind of called me. He was like, that wasn't really right, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, all right, so how can I make this up, like, publicly kind of thing? So I'm like, I'm just going to apologize. Like, it wasn't meant to be a disrespectful thing. I have respect for Illinois. It's not like none of the schools that I didn't commit to, none of them, like, all of them knew I wasn't coming. I called all the head coaches, all the position coaches a week before my commitment. I said, hey, guys, I'm not going to come. They all understood it. So it wasn't like any of them were watching the commitment, right? So, they all knew that. But nah, it was definitely a mistake. So I made a little apology video. And, it was just heat of the moment type of thing. But yeah, it was definitely, you only live once type of situation that happened.
I liked it. It was kind of funny to me, if you ask me. But hey, yeah, I need to ask you that because I know a lot of people, like, it was going through their minds of what went through your mind that day. So I'm glad you got the clear.
The only thing that was going through my mind was, let me put that Nebraska hat on. So now it wasn't like going through my mind, I'm gonna chuck this hat to the baseline. Like,
that's what you did.
Yeah, it was what I did. But I can't go back and redo it. So
you know what I did?
What?
Simple call. Simple call. Simple call. Yeah, simple call. You know what you did though?
I threw the hat. Okay. Right.
Well, went further than that, but
it actually went to my left. And
so you oh, sorry. So you practice. How you just gonna throw it?
No, I didn't practice. I just.
So how you know it went to your left?
Because I remember being in the gym and like taking it off of my right and going like that. It was like skipping rocks.
So you didn't rehearse it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't rehearse it. I remember putting it on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, bet.
Whatever.
I remember putting it on like this. I hit one of these, right?
All right. Okay.
All right, I'm staying home. I was like this. And then I took the hand up and I went like these. But I let go of it.
Interesting.
And then I grabbed the Nebraska hat. I grabbed the Nebraska hat, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, "Go Big Red, baby, go Big Red." Right?
I do need to film, like a little documentary thing that you did, like at Nebraska, like with the. I do need to film.
Oh my gosh!
Yo, yes, production, great, play it.
First of all, peep the baseball.
With that being
You know
said,
what I'm saying?
Bro, we don't care, bro. Play it.
I've been waiting for since I was in 7th grade when I got my first offer.
Right. So I picked up it was LSU. Okay. Yeah. Hit one of
Home and
these.
go to Illinois.
Now I took my hands out.
Bro, just he just put it in the smooth. He said, "You don't."
Right.
Actually,
But hey, first of all, peep my guys in the back, like, gang, they didn't even know I was going to Nebraska. And mind you, I put the Illinois hat on and none of them clapped.
yeah, but I would have been
Like, it took them 4 seconds to clap. And then instantly they get overly happy when I threw the hat. So, you know, like I said, it was a once in a lifetime kind of thing. But like, would I do it again? Probably not. But you know, I would definitely you know, it was definitely a thing that I'll never get a chance to do again. So, and really, a lot of recruits won't ever get a chance to do. So, it was a mistake, and you know, you learn from your mistakes.
Glad you learned, buddy. Well, this has been a great episode of Beyond the Hatches with Trae Taylor. If you haven't already, like, comment any questions, and hit that subscribe button. Road to 1K soon.
Yes.
Road to 1K. Me and Trae are going to have a campaign where it's going to be make Nebraska great again. We can't do that without you guys. The person looking at me right now. We can't do it without you.
Hey, what did it say? Trae Taylor and 2026 or Trae Taylor and Antayvious Ellis. Hey, 2027 make Nebraska great again.
Yes, sir. 2027 make Nebraska great again. If you haven't already, donate to the school. Donate $1 million because I know you got it. I'm talking to you. Right there, I'm talking to you. You got it. Do it. No, I'm just lying. Anyways, that's it for Beyond the Hatches podcast. I'm gonna let Trae talk us out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back next week. We will have a special person on. Do we know who? No, but we will have somebody on. You know, we'll get back to the introduction, huddle, stuff like that, you know, and then we'll enter our fourth quarter. But, you know, Antayvious Ellis was the interviewer today, so however he wanted to do it was his way. But, you know, like he said, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and, you know, just comment any questions. We will down to answer them. You know, if you want to share this video to anybody, share it to them. Road to 1K, and, you know, companion is make Nebraska great again. So I just want to say this. Go Big Red. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. And we out.
Got a brand new penny and I think I pay over for it. I'm starting to think that I pay over for your love. I'm fresh as hell, yeah, that's your loss. I ain't no scrub. I was falling in love with you. I ain't take you as no dog.